In this video, we will explore creating a school website on Google Sites. To get started, you will need a Google account and you need to click on the 9 dots and choose Sites. This will take you to the site's home screen where you're going to choose Blank Project. Then we can see a blank Google site. We can see Insert, Pages and Themes over on the right, and we'll look at these later. What I'm going to do is name my site by clicking into this box and typing into it. So pop your school name at the top, repeat your school name or the title of your website here, and when you press return it will save. What I will do now is add a background image, so I can upload an image from my computer, and you can see it pops in there as our header and it automatically adjusts for readability. You can change header type here also by having a full cover, a large banner, a banner, or a title only. So we're going to pop back now to banner. Now we are ready to start adding some content on the page, and over on the right under the layouts tab we can see a variety of different layouts that we can use. I can simply click on one of these to insert it, add some text where I have text boxes, and I can also add some images where I see the plus. And I can add images that I upload myself. I can select images from Google and from Google Drive. So here I'm selecting some from Google Images. Then I can choose to insert different layout styles, and I can add text, again like I have already, and add some more images in the same way as before. And I repeat the process a number of times until I'm happy with the content. Up at the top of the screen, then I click the preview button to see how the site is looking, and at the bottom of the screen I can choose different device styles to see how the site is looking on different devices such as tablets and on phones also. This is a handy thing to do as you build your site to see how it is looking to the user. To close this preview, then you can click on the X. Here I'm just going to add a simple text box to add some additional information. And at the bottom of the page I'm going to add a footer, and here I'm going to add some information like the copyright. I'm also going to add the school telephone number and email address because this footer will be duplicated onto every single page in the site, so it's good to have this information readily available. Over at the side I have the option then to click on the palette to choose a section color and apply that to make it stand out. I can do this to other sections also, and it's good for readability to maybe apply a contrast color to every second section that you pop in. On the side you also have those duplicate and delete section options that would have popped up. Now that we have created our home page, we're ready to start adding additional pages in the Pages tab. So here I'm going to click on the plus at the bottom and add some additional pages. You'll see that these pop up on the top of the screen. So I'm going to add one for each class level. And as you can see, they're popping in one at a time there at the top. Now that I have all my pages inserted, I want to reorder them. So to do that, on the right hand side, I can click a page and drag it into position. So I'm starting with infants, for example, and moving to first, second, and so on. We can see that our menu is quite full now across the top, and if I was to add additional pages, we'll see that the layout changes now, so you can see a More button with a drop down menu there. If at any stage I want to delete a page, I can click on the 3 dots next to it and choose delete. We'll have a look at adding sub pages in a little while, but now we're ready to start adding content to these pages. So here I'm going to click on the news and events page. I'm going to go to the insert menu and choose a layout that I want to pop in. So I'll start with a text box and I'll just add a heading to this page and some information. And now I want to choose image carousel. This will allow me to put in a couple of images that users can scroll through. So I'm going to choose select image here. Then I'm clicking on Google Images, but you can insert your own ones from Google Drive. And I'm searching for some images here that I'm going to pop in. Once the images have been inserted, I can click on the carousel and drag it to reposition it. I can also resize it, and when I'm ready I can click preview to see how it looks to the user. So when I scroll down I can see there's little arrows to allow people to click through the images. Then I can continue adding content to the other pages, adding images, text, etc. And now I'm ready to start adding some buttons to link one page in the site to another page. So on the right hand side, I'm going to choose Add Button. Then I need to click and add the button title and place the button link in. So I can choose to link to another page on the website or to an external link through a URL or a web address. This is handy for inserting links to games and resources, etc. Then I will continue to add buttons here from the menu on the right, and this allows me again to link to other pages that I've already created. Once again, I can drag these buttons to reposition them. Then when I'm ready, I can check the preview button again to see how the site will look to users and to see if the buttons are functioning. So I can scroll down here and we can see the homepage and About Us button. And if I click on one of those, it will bring me to that page. Now that we're back on the home page, I want to show you another way that we can link text to other pages in the site without using buttons. So I highlight the text, I click the paperclip icon, and that will actually allow me to link elsewhere in the site. And likewise, when I click the link icon, I can actually pop in a web link there as well. It's important to click apply to save your changes. So I'm repeating this now for the other buttons so that our site is becoming easier to navigate with links related throughout. Once I've done that in preview mode, I can see that each of the links is underlined, and that's how I know it's a hyperlink. We're back on one of my pages and we're looking to add more content. So before we've uploaded images or selected images, you can choose to insert things from Drive, and this time we're going to insert a YouTube link. So what I'll do here is choose YouTube, and then I'm going to copy and paste a YouTube link in and press the search icon, and then I can choose which video to insert. So you can see that that will pop straight in, and then I'm ready to add some text. Here I'm going to add an image, and then I'm going to link to a website. So I'm going to search for and insert my image. And once I've that done, what I'll do is add my text in, then highlight and click on the link as before and paste in or type in the exact web address, clicking apply to save the changes. Then I'm going to repeat this process to add a link to another website. Sometimes images which are inserted are cropped, so we can press this button here to uncrop the image to see it full size as such. Then I can continue on to add the additional information. Sometimes you might want to reorder sections, so you can click on them on the left and drag them to reorder. Sometimes you might need to add sub pages, so I go back to the Pages tab and press on plus, and I'm going to add a page as normal. So I can see it appears at the top of my screen there, and I want it to be nested underneath another page so that it appears as a drop down. So I click and drag it so it's indented slightly, and then I can see a little drop down menu appearing under infants here, for example. So I can repeat that process to add more sub pages. And once I'm done with that, I actually also have the option to duplicate these pages. So I pop over to the three dots on the right and choose duplicate page. It will usually add in copy of, so I take that out and then I drag it to where I want it to be. So we can see then an additional drop down is created. I can then repeat the steps to create sub pages for my other pages. Another type of media that I can insert is a map, and this is handy to put in on the About Us page. So I'm going to choose from the Insert menu, I click on Map, then I type in the school address. And what I do then is choose Drop a Place Mark. This allows me to move the pin to our exact location. Once I press Select, it then gets inserted onto my Google site. I can then click to add a text box, and I can ensure that this text goes in side by side next to my map. Now I'm ready to do a few last adjustments on the page, so I can click up here to add the school logo if I wish. so that it will appear on the site. And once I've previewed everything and I'm happy, I can choose the publish button, which will make the website live on the internet. You can pop in your web address, which will appear after the Google Sites address. Or if you would like a custom domain, you can click manage and follow the steps there.